created poetry to be read through telescopes and microscopes, and it's called science. So I thank you for your attention. I want to wish each and every child here, God bless you and all the best. And आप इतने प्यारे हो कि मैं शायर बन गई. तो थोड़ा सा एक शेर आपके नाम. तेरे तबस्सुम पे फिदा है सारा जहां. तबस्सुम मीन्स स्माइल. तेरे तबस्सुम पे फिदा है सारा जहां. तू मुस्कुरा दे तो खुदा नजर आता है.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Jyoti. I just want to request all the parents and the students here, if you have any questions. So after the presentations, the floor is open for questions. So if you have any questions, I request you to write them down and pass them to the front. There are chittis that are going to be passed around. Feel free to write in Gujarati. I will read them out and translate them for our panelists as well. So whatever you feel comfortable with, but use this opportunity because this is the one chance you have if there are any questions you want to ask. Do remember, we also have Mr. Vineet with us. So if there are any questions related to engineering, they should feature in your questions as well. So moving on to our next speaker, Dr. Shilpa Charankar. If you've read through her resume, a very impressive resume, she presently is the principal of the BMN College of Home Science, the HMN Junior College of Home Science, the SCN Institute of Polytechnic, and the KJ Shah Department of Computer Application. She's also the chairperson of the Board of Studies in Textile Science and Apparel at SNDT University. So I invite her to really come and share with you some of the options that students might have in this space. And all the guys in this room, don't think this is a subject only available to women, okay? You have a lot of very accomplished men also in this field. So over to you.
Good afternoon to all of respected members, respected speakers on the dais, parents, and dear students. First of all, I would like to place on record the hearty congratulations to KVO. As Jyotiben has rightly said, I always look forward for this opportunity because what they are doing, it is remarkable. I think all of you should realize that you are so fortunate that is KVO is organizing such career mela 5th year. Like Jyotiben and myself, we have come very regularly, and this is a moment of excitement for us. See, हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा कभी करियर मेला नहीं था. We never knew, what to do, क्या करना है. But आपके लिए see कि आपको डायरेक्शन दी जाती है, आपके लिए एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट ली जाती है, आपके लिए गाइडेंस अवेलेबल है. You are so fortunate. I think you should realize that you are very, very fortunate to get the guidance and all the things from this. So I compliment the KVO Samaj for this issue. Second thing, I think all of you should realize that you have tremendous potential. Tremendous. Don't ever feel, नहीं मुझे ये आता है, मुझे वो नहीं आता है, अरे वो कितना अच्छा है, लेकिन मुझ में ये कमी है. Don't ever feel that. You have this potential, believe in self. This is the first message I would like to give these children. Now, many a times we see that is people are not aware about home science. In the audience, I want to know how many of you have heard the term about home science? Have you heard? So I'm happy that you heard about it. That's good. Now my next question to you is that, what is there in your mind when the moment it comes about home science? आपके दिमाग में क्या आता है? Women oriented. Then this is one answer. Yes, what else? Even the gents, the boys can share what you feel about home science. Is it that you are thinking home science is cooking? See, many times, of course, I see there's a drastic change in the attitude of the people, and people have started realizing what is home science. Next, please. Now, let me tell you, home science is a professional course. Don't ever think कि okay, home science किया, degree में घर पे बैठ जाते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. It's a professional course, it's vocational course, and purely based on science. I'm happy that the session started with the pure science. As even in her presentation, you must have seen, she has talked about nutrition. Okay? So home science is an applied science, and it's a professional course, and it's vocational course. And let me tell you, in India and abroad, it is called as home science, home economics, human ecology, and consumer sciences. These are the various nomenclatures used all over. So I think you'll understand now that it is not only in India, but abroad also, this faculty is offered. And of course, there are very good opportunities in this. Next, please. Now, you will know which are the various institutes offering this program of home science in Mumbai. You see, there is our college which is located at Matunga, the Nirmal Niketan College of Home Science, SVT College. These are the various names of the colleges offering home science degree program. Next, please. Now, let me tell you, this is a degree program. After 12, it's a degree program, and the medium of instruction is English. Then it is 3 years duration and divided into semester pattern. There are 6 semesters. And eligibility, of course, it is a 12 pass in any, maybe from arts, commerce, science, from any, same way as MCVC, that is called as Minimum Competition Vocational Program. So this is the basic eligibility for home science, and you get the degree as BSc. And let me tell you, this degree is recognized all over. You'll find there are so many home scientists, they're working here and as well as they are working abroad. Next, please. Now, it's an interdisciplinary program. If you look at it, what are the various specializations offered under home science, like food science and nutrition, human development, where you have resource management. Under this, we have interior design and decoration, as well as hospitality management. Then we have textile science and apparel design, where designing, chemistry, there are various programs under this. Then nutrition and dietetics. Then we also have extension and education. To brief you, these are the basic specializations under the home science. It is not just cooking and stitching. There are various subjects and avenues available under home science. Next, please. Now, to give you some idea, because many times parents ask me the question, Madam, ये course करके हमको job मिलेगा क्या? Yes, the students are placed. This is just a gist for you. The students are placed at various levels. You will see that in the airlines as well as in the export houses. If you see these areas, you will find that is they are working in various areas. Next, please. Then the unique feature of this program is that it has an internship. See, internship means actually the practical experience. The duration of internship is from 1 to 2 months. What happens in the 6th semester? After completing the 5th semester, they have to go for the internship at various places. Maybe in airlines, maybe in hotels, maybe in export houses. And this internship helps the students in getting the job. As but natural, you always look forward for the job placement. So most of the time, after internship, after completing their graduation, the students are getting the job in that internship places or maybe in the other places. So this is a very unique feature of the home science program, that is internship. Next please. And the question asked is, okay, after BSc, what can I do? There are various programs available after BSc, maybe MSc in that specialization, or MBA, because management and this home science is a good combination, then MPhil, PhD, and of course, as Jyotiben has rightly said, even degree and diploma is a very good combination. It is nothing like, the diploma is bad. So it's an additional thing. So there's a lot of scope available for the future education, not only in India, but abroad also. Next please. This is for just the contact details, but I want to tell you here, don't ever feel, okay, many a times when the children are discussing among themselves, I experience, that is to say, nahi, BA mein nahi jana hai. Isme nahi jana hai. See, one thing let me tell you, every program is very good. You see your capacity, your aptitude, the interest is very, very important. Many times, we are doing personal counseling also. Because students feel, idhar kyun jana hai? मेरी फ्रेंड इधर जा रही इसलिए मुझे उधर जाना है. Don't get carried away. Okay, my friends want, because see, one thing, your attitude may be different, your interest may be different, your capacity may be different. So it is very, very important for you to understand every program is good. Don't ever think कि चलो engineer or doctor बन गए, so that is the best. No. For your information, you will see that in many of the students, after getting 96% also, you see they are opting for arts. It does not mean कि okay, अच्छा percentage मिला है तो खाली you have to go in specific field. You check your, your aptitude, your interest and everything, and then the last message I want to give you, there is no substitute for hard work. So whatever course you decide, whatever course you opt for, see that you put in your 100% and I'm sure you will be successful. And the last word to all of you, see that home science is a professional program. You have nutrition, you have dietetics, you have textiles, you have, human development. These are various programs offered under this. And decide, consult people, take the advice, think about capacity, and then offer the program. Thank you very much. I thank the KVO for giving me this opportunity, and thank you very much. And wish you all the best for whatever endeavor you do. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Shilpa. So as you were told, I have not really come prepared with a talk. Let me quickly introduce myself and sort of talk from a context where I come from. I am a Kutchi girl. I was, brought up in Bombay. I studied at DPY school. My parents were volunteering at Bidra Sarodaya Trust. Bidra mein camp thi na Panji, so they volunteer kiya so I used to go with them. And growing up, having seen what they were doing, I said, no, I want to become a doctor. So that was something growing up, like you, when I was in 9th and 10th, that was something I was quite clear. I want to become a doctor. till I started talking to the doctors, and they said, MBBS, MD, internship, 10 years of studies. I said, oh my God, that's a lot of work. Second, I did not have a domicile certificate. So that sort of took care of the fact that I might never be able to go into medical school. So around the age you are, I started exploring what are my options. There was no such career counseling session that happened by the KVO those days. So you just sort of talked to people who had work experience, and you said, what are the kind of options we have? And remember, because I said I wanted to be in the field of medicine, biology was something that was easy to opt for. Microbiology was an emerging field those days, so that's how I ended up going into microbiology. I went to Khalsa College. Looking at, somebody just talked about 96% and going to arts. In 10th standard, I remember, I was just recalling what were my percentages. I think I had 81% in math, overall in 10th standard. I could have pretty much walked into any college the days when I got 81. I stay in King's Circle, so Khalsa College was around the corner. I said, I don't want to go anywhere else. Let's live close to home. 12th standard, like I told you, no domicile. So by choice, I decided I wanted to stay in pure sciences. And that's really something I wanted to think about as students. This is a choice. It's a choice to say, I want to do pure sciences. It's not a backup option. All right? And I went ahead, I did my BSc. Madam was talking about how important it is not to while away time. When I was in my third year BSc, I started applying for a PhD. Now remember, I had not yet finished my third year of BSc. So the only marks I had with me were 11th, 12th, first and second year BSc. And with those 4 years of marks, I got an admission into a PhD program. Right? It's very important for you all to realize that every year that you study is equally important. It's not those milestones, 10th exam, 12th exam, BSc. No, every year is equally important. Because I got admission on the basis of those 4 years marks, directly went into a PhD program. I was the youngest person to join a PhD program. I was 20 when I went to the US. I was the youngest to graduate from my program. I was 24 with a PhD degree. Advantages of PhD. My parents didn't have to support me. I had a full scholarship going forward. So those are important things for you all to realize as students. A question, many of your parents given a panch chokra engineers here, panch chokra doctors here. I mean, that's what all of us want. Now the question is, you heard, I work with Hindustan Unilever. I am a PhD in immunology. How many people sitting in this audience think that to have a job in that company, is that desirable for anybody? To work in a company like that? Any show of hands? Maybe for a few people? Right. How many people do you think sitting in that company are graduates in pure sciences? I can tell you, I hire people who are graduates in pure sciences. I hire people who are chemists, who are microbiologists, who are cell biologists, who are biotechnologists, nutrition specialists. I also hire engineers, by the way. I'm not saying I don't hire engineers. I also hire engineers. We also have doctors who work with us. But I just want to impress upon you, each of the career choices you make are equally good, are equally important. And it's a conscious choice that you're going to make when you take the decision of what is the field that you want to be in. Never regret the decision that, oh, I wish I could have done that. I think the choice is really up to you. How do you make the most of what it is that you have with you? And I think as Nihal and all have spoken about, it also comes down to what is it that you're going to be good at. I can tell you, I passionately hated mathematics. I could have never become an engineer, and I think I knew that that's not the field for me. But it's important for you to realize what is it that you're good at. We didn't have the options that have been shown in the few charts earlier. We did not have a lot of these exciting options that honestly exist today. I think if I had to go back and be your age, I think I would have probably not done what I did. As a lot of those other subjects sounded quite interesting to me. I would have probably done forensic science or something, you know. Sounds far more exciting than what I do today, I guess. But I just want to impress upon you all, think of the subjects you are choosing. I can tell you there's a job out there for each one of us after we finish studying. What I also want to impress upon you, don't look at it as, हाँ हम 3 साल मस्ती करेंगे फिर सोचेंगे. No, every year is important. Let me also tell you, for most of us, a bachelor's degree is not going to be good enough. If we want to land a good job, you want to have a good career, you want to really show that you have a very comfortable lifestyle, let me tell you all right now, you have to already start thinking about, it's not going to be a bachelor's and I'm done with studies. It is about going into a graduate degree. It is about doing a master's. It could be if you're also inclined to think about doing another degree. But be prepared to take those choices. Now let me ask you a very different question. How many of you are doing something in this vacation other than just enjoying a vacation? Anybody? What are you doing? I beg your pardon? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yes? NIIT course. How many of you are doing something that is not necessarily an education course? Anybody? Right. Yes? Table tennis. I'm very proud to hear that, by the way. It's very important, as students we are well-rounded. Yes, education is extremely important. I don't want to take that away from anybody. But I can tell you, when I hire somebody in the job that I sit in, I look for a well-rounded resume. I look for somebody who's of course very, very good at studies. I mean, that's a given. If you're not very good, I'm not going to look at that resume. But who's also a rounded person, who also has other interests. And I'll tell you why it's important. It kind of comes to the question of aptitude. You said table tennis. I'll ask you, the next question will come. So have you been have you been school captain? Have you actually taken a position that's taken you to state level or anything? That talks about an aptitude of a very different level, by the way. That talks about how you are as a person. And I want you guys to start thinking, when you think career, when you think I'm going to study and all that, make sure you also develop yourself as a rounded person. That's very, very important. And like I said, studying is extremely important, okay? You don't have the marks, nothing's going to, well-rounded personality, it's not going to help you in life. Education is first, but do not lose sight of the fact that you have to be a well-rounded person. All right? So with that I end. I really welcome, we have about 5 to 7 minutes for question answers. So I truly, truly welcome any questions you have of the panel. This is your only chance where you'll get people on stage here really to listen to you. So it's very important, use this occasion to ask questions. Something that was talked about, don't feel shy, okay? This is your chance to ask whatever doubts you have as students, as parents. What is it that you want to ask of the panel here? I just want to introduce, while we are waiting for questions to come up front, Mr. Vineet Kotak. He's actually the Dean of Resource Mobilization and Planning and Head of Training and Placement at Shah and Anchor. You heard, he has an extremely busy schedule tomorrow, so unfortunately he's not going to be there tomorrow. So please feel free to ask questions of him as well. So any questions? Has anybody written down a question? Excellent. Can you just pass that on, please? Thank you so much. In the meantime, I request others to please ask questions. All right, so this is actually for you, Mr. Vineet. Which exam is to be given for engineering, which is compulsory? I think it's a very similar question that's come, is do you choose diploma or degree? I think it's been articulated already what's more important. Why don't you answer these questions while I read the rest? In the meanwhile, I really request students to pass on the questions up front, please.
Okay. A very popular